Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have the great pleasure of meeting with Jeff Pedowitz. He is the founder and CEO of the Pedowitz Group and the author of a new book, F the Funnel. And obviously, the F stands for fill the funnel or forget the funnel, or maybe there's something else in your mind.
And yeah, the book was an inspiration. About 6 years ago, my company really got frustrated with trying to implement the traditional funnel in marketing automation systems and CRMs. And we were finding more and more sales and marketing organizations were struggling to define and process quality leads, engage customers. We really looked at was there a better way to move away from the traditional funnel, which, let's face it, it's been around for over 100 years. I mean, I grew up with the funnel, a trained funnel, and many people still use it today. And I think the answer is resoundingly yes. And so in the book, we actually explore a new model called the Loop, which is it's a new methodology for how to engage customers at every single different stage of their life cycle, which is really about engaging with the customer and building relationships.
How long does it take for a sales and marketing organization to shift from the traditional funnel to your Loop system?
Well, that depends, of course, on the sheer size of the organization and how willing and ready they are to embrace. It's definitely making some changes to your systems. It's changing your processes. It's changing your KPIs. It's retraining the sales and marketing organization. In the Loop, it's focusing on, okay, think of this much more like a marriage. We get married and to our significant other. In the funnel model, we're kind of ditching our spouse at the altar. We're running because we just got married. There's nothing left to do. Whereas the spouse is all excited. This is now the beginning of the journey, not the end. And so there's the wedding and the honeymoon and then raising kids and doing all those other things. So what we tend to do in companies is we focus on the mechanics of what we need. We need to close the deal, and then we need to cross-sell, upsell, drive wallet share. We need to get the customer to renew. Yes, but in between, for those things to happen, we need to focus on the relationship and the mechanics. So for example, in the Loop, we focus first on onboarding, which is a critical step right after we close the deal. Like, let's make sure the customer feels welcome. Yeah, we got what we needed. We closed the contract. We're going to get paid. The commissions start to get entered. Great, moves towards our quota. But the customer now is excited, right? They're getting ready to work with our brand, maybe for the first time. That first week to 3-4 weeks with our company is a very, very important time for the salesperson too. Because if you keep working on that relationship that you've just worked so hard to build up over how many months just to get the deal in the first place, to just abandon them to go get the next deal, you're missing a golden opportunity to hold the customer's hand through that first part. It doesn't matter what you sell. And if the customer has a good onboarding experience, it really paves the way for the rest of the relationship. So we really have to focus on making sure the customer is successfully adopting our product or service. It doesn't necessarily have to be 100%, but it has to be more than 5% or 10%, so they feel good about that. After that adoption stage, the next one is value realization. Whatever the customer's goals and expectations were, they wanted to get some ascribed measure of value. They wanted to make more money, save time, become more efficient, get promoted, be more productive, gain market share, something. And we need to stop and pause for a minute to make sure the customer is getting that value from their investment in our product or service. Because if they're not, it's going to be a lot harder to get this customer to buy again unless they don't have any other choice. And those last two parts are actually investing in the program. I mean, how many sales organizations have you talked to over the years where their reference program is basically, hey, Gerhard, do you have a reference for so-and-so? Oh, yeah. And we keep batting around the same 3 or 4 customers over and over again, and versus really investing in a systematic process where we're updating case studies, we're talking with our customers, they're adding value, and we can get multiple different customers becoming references and doing case studies and speaking on panels. And when you're developing it, almost like you develop a farming system in baseball, or basketball, you're basically grooming and developing your customer base because you're constantly providing value. And then it becomes much easier for them to become loyal and advocates again.
It sounds like, to me, the way I understand it is that you want sales and marketing create sort of a flow of events that are synchronized and orchestrated, but always focused on improving the customer relationship and improving customer value.
That's absolutely correct. And then if those things are done, the numbers will follow.
What are some of your clients that have implemented the system, and what results did they get?
Well, the Four Seasons is one of our clients that have implemented it. Their target audience a lot of times is event marketers or people that buy or managing events for large companies. So they were using a traditional funnel model when they first started working with us about 4 or 5 years ago. And they implemented this model, and it took them the course of about 10 months to implement it worldwide. And so they were able to significantly increase their bookings and rebook rate.
For people to stay in the loop, how did they get in touch with you?
They can go to my website, which is jeffpedowitz.com, and they'll be able to get a free digital download, which is available off the site. You can also go to Amazon, get the book. It's available there in both digital download as well as hardcover. And then if anybody would like to contact me directly, it's jeff@pedowitzgroup.com. And I look forward to speaking with you and be happy to talk with you further about the loop.
You've opened my eyes. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Gerhard. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you.